But that's okay. That's why we are all coming together, actually.
So welcome to the Pan-African Soul Sessions presented by Africa Love Store and the African Village. We're very thankful for you. So, if you could give yourselves a round of applause for showing up. I'm so thankful to seeing all of your beautiful faces today. This is a session, a forum, a space for us to come and converse and to do a bunch of wonderful things, and we're going to get into that. This is our sort of a meet and greet session, and we want to introduce the team to you guys so that we can all get on first name basis. I like to do that. So I'll begin and say that my name is Dre Whitfield. Everyone calls me Dre. And I'm going to introduce Ifayomi very quickly. She's going to pour libations to the ancestors. I don't know if everyone knows what that means, so she will be expressing what that is, and so that we can all have an understanding of what that means. So, Ifayomi? Yes, please.
Thank you, Treasure, and the rest of the Africa Love team, and the rest of the team of PASS, or what we know as Pan-African Soul Sessions, as Dre so eloquently said. My name is Ifawe Mimo Egunshola Ifayomi Omimeji Cookie Ifayomi Stan. Okay? So what that means is I am an initiated Ifa and a Gungun priestess who studies and understands the mystery of what is called Awo or Awo, Ifa, the secrets of the mysteries of Ifa. So, with that being said, being an Egungun priestess, that means that I am initiated into the spirit of the realm of the ancestors. Now, in most African traditions, the ancestors are acknowledged, revered, and venerated on a regular basis because we have to know from where we came in order to know where we are going. Would you all agree? Okay. And so in Africa, they keep the ancestors close to us. Many years ago, they used to bury them under the floor in the house. So what that means symbolically is that they never really went anywhere. They were always there with us. And so, as such, before families, communities, villages engaged in any type of activity, they would always acknowledge the ancestors first. So when we see young men, the young boys pouring it out for my homies or whatever, right, to the ground, that's where that came from. So we always want to, whenever we can, especially coming together. We're in a place called Africa Love. We're in a place surrounded by African fabrics, motifs, instruments, jewelry, everything relative to who we are as Africans. So it's almost like, for lack of a better term, blasphemy, us not acknowledging the ancestors before we proceed. So I'm going to honor them. Water, or what Yoruba referred to as omi, is a very powerful element. So we use omi to pour to the ancestors. Normally, it's in dirt because when we leave this life, we go back to the dirt. However, if you were wanting to do it, you could always do it in a plant or any place that had dirt. So I went outside and dug up the dirt and took out a couple of leaves because there's no plant in here. I'm going to say the beginning of the pouring of the libation in Yoruba, but I would be happy to translate if you want to know what that means, okay? Igashe, bobo, ire, omi tutu. Igashe, bobo, ire, omi tutu. Igashe. Omi tutu, ana tutu, ile tutu. Tutu loroye, kosi ku, kosi eru, kosi eyo, kosi ofo, kosi adana, kosi fitubo, oriku babawa. Mojuba, bobo, ingun, inglisi, olodumare, oloye, orun, ashe. Mojuba, bobo, orishas. Mojuba, bobo, ianifas. Mojuba, bobo, babalawos. Mojuba bobo ialoshas, mojuba bobo babaloshas, mojuba bobo mata santo, mojuba bobo papa santo, mojuba bobo egun tini olodumare oloye oloye, mojuba sunrise, mojuba sunset, mojuba baba arumila, mojuba 400 arumile, mojuba akoda, mojuba aseda, mojuba awan yami osuranga. Mojuba our mothers, Mojuba our fathers, Mojuba to all of the honored ancestors who sit at the feet of Olodumare in the life that follows this one. Mojuba all of the honored ancestors who were buried in the soil of Alke Bulan. Mojuba all of the ancestors who died in the Middle Passage. Mojuba, all of the ancestors who are indigenous to this continent. Mojuba, all of the ancestors who died in this land. Mojuba, all of the ancestors for everyone in this room here tonight. At this time, if you so choose to participate, I don't have my style, so I'm going to stomp. So I'm going to ask everybody, if you have ancestors in your family who has passed on, it is at this time that we will call on them. Take a few minutes. You can call on them out loud, or you can call on them in your head. But we want to bring them here in this space to be able to speak to our Ori, which is considered our consciousness or our head, so that as we move forward with any plans, collectively, as a community, as a unit, as a village, and as individuals, we will have the guidance, assistance, and support of our ancestors. So at this time, if you so choose, call out the names of your ancestors. Let's just take a few moments to do that. Judy, Big Mama, Tony, Johnson, David, John, Big John, Jason, Jr., Grandma, Miss Johnson, Stanley, Savannah, Samuel, Smokey, Stanley, Senior, Big Mama, Judy, Ibashe, oh, Egungun. As we come before you today, Egungun, we offer you the light and energy of these candles so so that your spirit will have brightness, strength, and power. We ask that you please accept the coolness of this water so that your spirits will be cool, purified, refreshed, and comfortable. We offer you this incense so that it will cleanse and sweeten the air in this place as you visit with us tonight. We offer you this ademu of prepared home-cooked food by the hands of all those that prepared it, as well as some fresh water. We ask that you partake in the spiritual essence of these offerings and grow even stronger from them. We offer them so that you will not have to struggle in the energy of the kingdom of the dead. Egungun, as we move about this Pan-African Soul Session with members of the community, with the team of Africa Love, we ask that you speak to our Ori, so that we will better be able to come together as a community, as a village, as friends, and within our families, so that we can make changes for ourselves, for our family, for the community, and the descendants that will come behind us. For these blessings of you, Ray, for those that are forthcoming, we say Ashe, 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 Ashe.
Thank you. That may have been a bit different for some of us, but I felt that it was quite necessary that we honor those that came before us. Now we're going to introduce Solid. It's not on our beautiful programs provided by Diana here, but she's going to do a piece of spoken word for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the first Pan-African Soul Session for 2019. We welcome you to enjoy yourself and to create change in our community. My name is Solid. Solid means socially organizing and literally inspiring desire. First, giving honor to the creator of all things and giving honor to our ancestors. The piece that I'm going to share with you right now is called Changes. Changes. Your mind changes, your attitude changes, your feelings change. Your thoughts are frequently rearranged. Now, life can be hard and sometimes tough, but the changes in your life should be enough to change you into a better being. You see, with eyes wide open, you begin seeing things as they really are and not the ways you wish they were. You see, manipulation is contemplating what you must do to get someone else to react the way you want them to. But by setting your expectations too high or forcing the issue, you'll often be disappointed. So change your ways of thinking and the ways that you react, and maybe someone else will see and change the ways they act. You see, life changes you, so change your life for the better. Congratulations. We are all preparing for change. Peace and love from Solid.
Thank you so much. I don't think my live is going Just trying to make sure everybody's involved. So it's my turn to speak here again to highlight the goal of the forum. I created or had this vision. This is my baby, I like to say. I wanted a space where Africans and African Americans and people that feel connected to African culture can come and have conversations and strategically come up with ways that we can work together better to build unity between us all. I always wanted us to have our own little Chinatown, and in a way I feel that this may be the basis for that. As we go forward throughout these bi-monthly forums, I hope to see us to continue to grow, and we'll talk about different things that may be affecting us as a community, things that will help us to better ourselves, and it's a big goal to have uplifting conversations when we come here. We may not all agree on everything, but we will speak in love, and we will places where we may not agree. That's okay. Sometimes we'll just agree to disagree. But I ask that we all have very open minds so that we can see life through another person's perspective and that we judge each other not. So this is not a space of judgment. It is not a space of condemnation. It is a place to uplift and to awaken the spirits within us all. We're going to have John Richard do our review of our mission and goals. So he's going to verbalize what I said a little better than what I said, okay? So, come on, John. Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for coming out. And it's actually a pleasure and interesting to see everyone all trying to connect with our soul essence. I don't know if any of you felt what our sister here did in Fireman, but that was really feeling. If we could feel that it's different and different in a good way. So it makes you a bit more open. Gets you to a different level, if that makes sense. And I believe that should be all our focus. Get into a different level. Being able to connect spiritually, not just with our cars or not just with our shoes or whatever that is. Speaking about, I just had this drink, we should be able to connect a bit more deeper than that. And that's one of the reasons why we created this forum. As Greg did mention earlier, and as time goes on, we all introduce ourselves over here. It's quite an in-depth, quite a depth of team, alongside our sponsors over there as well. We'll give them some time to come introduce themselves over here. But we're really glad and excited that you all are here. I don't know, does everyone have a copy of that? Oh, okay.
You got it? I can give it to her right now. Anyone else that didn't get it?
Just to make sure that we've all got a copy of
The
that.
agenda's on the back.
This is more of our flagship, in the business world, called flagship product. So this is our our first startup meeting, and this is usually the interesting time to get into something, and we're all excited. As Greg mentioned, touched on earlier on, briefly, our mission here is basically to create an environment where those that identify and have an interest in Africa. So I might be born in Asia, for instance, but I have a particular interest, or I do feel that I have a connection to Africa. This is where we all come in to connect, and I want to learn a bit more about, what do they actually do there? What sort of food do they eat? What sort of language how do they pray, for instance, something like that, which is so, and can bond through transparent and uplifting conversations centered on its culture, entrepreneurship, and positive family dynamics. So we're all coming here together. We're not just learning about the culture, but we're learning about, for instance, yesterday, myself and my wife were having a chat, and one of the things that came up was, out here, in your primary school, or in secondary schools, you learn the same subject every single day, but it's not necessarily done that way in different countries out there. So this is a forum where we all enlighten each other and knowing how are things actually being done back where we're being connected. Because over there you have math on Monday, you have math again maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. So these are the sort of things that we want to know. How do we raise up our kids to respect? Because one of the things there is people say, Africans are very, very respectful. How do they do that? What do we have to do to emulate that? So we learn, it's more of a learning playfield. So our goals, create networking opportunities throughout the African diaspora in Las Vegas. As we did mention earlier on, it's funny, but do not think there's anything like this out here in Vegas, and Vegas is well overdue for this. You come out here, you have the Asian community, for instance. You've got the Latino community, for instance. But where do we, as Africans and African Americans, all come together to have a chat, rather than saying, oh, these guys are bad, or oh, these guys are coming to take our jobs? No. So, this is where we all sit and get to understand a bit more of each other through networking. So, going back to the next one, spotlight on our sponsors and partners. So over here we have our shout outs to our sponsors at the back. They will be here in a minute. And some of us are business owners, some of us have different ideas we want to create. We come up here, we bounce those ideas off each other. And who best to support you than your brothers and your sisters that really do understand your struggle. Again, that's still the same type as that when we're supporting small businesses in our community. And if I know that Mixie over there does fruits, that she does cakes, and I'm having an event, what do? I call up to her. The money stays within us. That's the whole idea of all this. To improve overall community awareness through problem solving, strategies that unify and build trust and wealth within our communities. We're not going to go a little bit too much into that. You know, some of us some people here want to be a bit more politically correct. But if we look at what most of our so-called, trying to use the word different from being racial here, but when they go golfing, for instance, you know what the so-called big execs, they go golfing, they talk about business over there. That's how they're talking and helping each other on that. This is our own little platform, and eventually we'll grow it. Basically, we'll grow it to the best of what we want it to be. And then we improve cultural dynamics in order to increase cultural education, create awareness of social and economic hindrances in the community, develop strategies, plans that promote positive change within the communities, so that I think at the end of the day, we're not going to be seen as hooligans. You know, there is so much more in us than what some other people do or the media portray us to be. I mean, we blacks and African Americans. So the onus is on us to showcase this. The onus, some people who's never heard about, oh, Africans are, say, medical doctors, successful Africans. All they hear is, oh, they're good, they all end up in jail. No, so we've got to start changing this image, and it all boils down to us. And this is why we have this forum. And then we'll create the connections between families in America and in the motherland. So some of us all came from a different place, and this is a forum where we all connect. I do not know anything about Kenya, for instance. I do not know anything about Somalia. We sit down here. Oh, Somalians actually eat XYZ food, or they do, and this is where we all learn it. So, at the end of the day, Africa is a huge continent, and no one knows it all. So this is where we come, sit down, learn about each other, have a chat, become friends, become brothers and sisters, and so, really, I don't think I've got anything else to say, but we'll make it what we want it to be. And on that note, I believe I've got to end it here. But it's exciting having everyone on board, and have fun. Enjoy yourselves.
Thanks a lot, John. We appreciate you. So yes, those are our goals, to build a bridge between us all, to connect us. At this time, I'll explain. Every forum, we intend to have at least 2 businesses, local businesses, to spotlight. Like John mentioned, we want to make sure we're building our wealth. I've heard, and I probably maybe have the number right, but the Black Dollar reached the community in like 2 hours or something like that. Some really small amount of time, not even in one day. And I think it's very important that we begin to build our economic power within ourselves. We're the largest consumers. We kind of run this thing. So I believe that it's about time we start supporting one another. So I think we are providing a platform for local businesses to come and express their gifts and their talents and what they're offering to the public so that we can better, go buy from my sister over here, buy from my cousin over there, first, as the first choice. So at this time, they look like they're eating back there, but I'm going to invite Mixologist and Watu and Co. to come up and to give a brief description of their businesses and what they're working on, what's going on in their world, and this is that time. So first we'll have Jaleesa Williams come forward. She is CEO of Mixologist.
Hi everyone. As Dre said, my name is Jaleesa. I have just recently started my own private bartending company, where I pretty much come to your homes, to venues, to events, and bartend for you guys. Not only that, I'm in the process of getting my liquor catering license, where I can provide the alcohol for you guys, so you don't have to worry about how much alcohol you get or anything like that, where I can just give you packages and have an open bar. So,
Wow, amazing.
yeah, so that's where I'm at now.
I've never heard of anything like this in Vegas. I'm sure it may be, but are you like one of the first, or are you the first like melanated company of this kind, or are there other ones here in Vegas?
So I know there's a couple in Vegas, and there's a couple people who do it maybe just like they know people that'll just go to their house and just do it. I'm not sure. I think I may be the only one that does it, but yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then and if anybody want breakfast or lunch, I'm also a manager at Squeeze In. It's located in Henderson. We have one in Fort Apache. Come in and say my name. We would definitely take care of you guys. Give you either a percentage off or a free bottle of champagne.
Wow.
All right. So yes.
Question.
So how do we contact you? Is this, I don't understand. How do we contact you?
So I have business cards up in
Okay.
the front that if you come by and just taste what we have there, those are mocktails. Hopefully one day we can probably do some alcohol in here, some wine or something.
So mocktails is just
For now.
something
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
Correct.
Okay.
So I can do that, and then we also hopefully one day we'll get to a point where we can do wine spritzers or anything like that.
You from Brooklyn?
I am. I am
What
from Brooklyn,
neighborhood?
New York. I am from Flatbush.
Oh, yeah, it's my last name. Crown Heights, Flatbush.
My aunt lived there, so yeah, I'm born and raised, so I'm sure you can hear my accent now that we pointed out exactly where I'm from. That's usually how it
You go to
happens.
Erasmus Hall,
Huh?
your high school.
Sheepshead Bay. But I do know Erasmus because I can walk there from my house.
Okay.
So, small world.
See?
Where are you located in or something?
I'm sorry?
Where are you located?
So, my headquarters is pretty much my home, but I travel to you. Oh, my breakfast restaurant. That is on Eastern and the 215.
Where is
Oh, okay.
Where you're at?
So Pebble, that's probably the closest. It's a complex over there where they have a movie theater. We're tucked in a corner at Squeeze In. We do mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Is that your business?
No, I'm just the manager, the lead manager there. So
So it's just, north of 215 on Eastern where the Regal Theater is at?
exactly, it's right in that complex.
I got you. I'll be over there.
Perfect. Yeah, I promise. Just say my name and I'll let them know.
Bakery up there.
Right next door to Vegan
I've been
Bites.
to that, yeah, I've been there.
So
Is it black owned as well?
no, that one isn't black owned. It's a franchise. But the regional manager is biracial. She's black and Mexican, and then there's me. So so yeah.
Tip her well.
Yeah, exactly. You come there, and we also have one in Fort Apache where you can go there and also say my name, and I'll let everybody know that I have people from Africa Love stopping by and make sure you take care of you guys.
Port Apache and where?
Yeah.
What are the cross streets on Port Apache?
Tropicana and Russell. Do you know where Hobby Lobby is?
Yeah.
Or the Verizon over there?
Yes.
It's in the complex of the Verizon.
Oh, okay.
So, and that one is pretty good too. Yeah. And we specialize in omelets. If you have kids, we are very kid friendly. You can draw on the walls. So when you walk in, I promise you're just gonna look around like it's graffiti everywhere. You can draw on the walls. We have toys, complimentary fruit, and toast for kids. Yeah.
you again, Talisa, for joining us again. What's your ultimate goal for 2019, being a melanated business?
My ultimate goal is to build my clientele, and definitely build my clientele, and hopefully beat a financial goal that I'm doing this year for next year, and just to keep the business going. It is pretty hard, just because, as you know, when you deal with alcohol, it's a lot of fees. It's a privilege license, so you got to make sure you keep up with stuff like that. So my goal is just to stand strong for another year. And then also, myself and Dre, we have an event coming up in February. So it's about 3 days from Thursday to Saturday, where Dre's a massage therapist, as you guys know. She will be teaching couples how to massage each other hands-on, and then I will be providing cocktails, not mocktails, but cocktails. And there'll be exotic cocktails where, chocolate's dripping off the glasses. We'll have like little strawberries. Glasses, yes. It's gonna be a fun, intimate environment, and we also have flyers for that. So for each couple, it's $300 now. It's about 2 hours and a half long, but it's totally worth it. The ambiance, the environment, it's very upscale, intimate. She'll pretty much teach you how to be intimate with your significant other without having to go there, if you know what I mean.
So for the $300, is it both days included, or is it just one day?
It's 1 day and 2 different time slots. And for that 2 hours and a half, she's gonna teach you pretty much everything the basics you need to know.
So for the $300, you choose either day.
Yes.
You don't get both days.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
You choose either days, and then each person get 3 cocktails and a complimentary bottle of champagne to go home, and a little gift bag giveaway with everybody who sponsored us.
For the married couples in the house, take notes.
Or the single ones who just have friends.
Yes, okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much for having me.
And now we'll invite Jenny forward, and Jenny is technically a part of the team too, but she is a part of the team as well. So come on forward, Jenny. She's owner of Watu. She's got this delicious tea here. Thank you for being involved.
I know I'm on call. That's the only reason why I'm not sitting up here, because I didn't want to be rude and take off. But thanks for the opportunity. I'm actually really excited because, and this is probably a good reason why this kind of stuff happens. We're a catering business, but now I have somebody who can do my alcohol.
There you go. See, that's exactly what's in there.
I don't want to touch alcohol, and we just exchanged business cards. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. So my name is Jennifer. Everyone calls me Jenny. Own Watu and Company, which means Watu. It means people in Swahili. But this is actually a play of our African names. My business partner is her sister, so she's family. We created Watu about 10 years ago. So we're 10 years old this year. So we're excited. So we're a diaspora organization, and we create our sort of mantra is that we create culturally immersed experiences using food, cultural experiences, just events, and we Africanize events where we can. Primarily using festivals. We're a mobile kitchen, and so we'll go into the large festivals, and we're sort of the alternative to like the burger and the hot dog, to give people an alternative, something else. So we do tea, we'll do samosas, some Kenyan delicacies, mandazis and stuff like that. We work very closely with like embassies. Like I said, we're a diaspora organization, so our goal is to pretty much bring and mobilize people from Kenya that live in the U.S. and that live in the world together. We run a couple of different events. We have an event coming up in March. I don't know if you guys have heard about the rugby tournament that comes every year in Vegas. It brings about 75,000 people, 16 different countries: South Africa, Kenya, Brazil, Chile, England, Fiji, name it. It is the most, if you haven't been, it is the most exciting thing to see so many different cultures under one roof. It's held at Samboyd Stadium. We've been doing that event for about 10 years. We have about 3,000 to 4,000 Kenyans that come for that. So we run events for them. And again, we're the largest gathering of Kenyans in North America. And so that's usually our goal. We get people from Australia, from the UK, and a lot of people from here. So in essence, we're a diaspora organization, but we focus mostly on catering, and we use food to bring people together. Let me say anything else. I am part of this team, like I said, so very excited to be part of the team, and it's really good to see. Like I said, these are the kind of connections that that are great to look for, especially for those of us. I'm a professional. I'm a corporate meeting planner by trade. So this side business, is because I'm passionate about food. So is my business partner, and that's sort of how we started the idea. And when you guys were talking about New York, Watu was born on the subway in New York.
What train?
I don't know.
I like to get specific.
It was my first time in New York. All I remember is that it was really cold, and we had a few drinks, and we came up with a name. And literally 2 weeks after we came back from New York, the company was born. So, it just takes resilience, and we've had our ups and downs. But I think when you're really passionate about bringing people together, your culture, we're very unapologetic about keeping our culture, making sure people experience culture, even through food. You know what I mean? Whether it's describing what we're cooking, we cook on the ground so that you smell the spices. All of you have to have a cup of tea. This tea comes straight from Kenya. The leaves come straight from Kenya. We get all our spices straight from home because we don't want to compromise on that. So a lot of that's important for us. So excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Were you born in Kenya?
I'm born and raised in Kenya. I've been here 20 years this year.
Nairobi?
Nairobi. Actually, no, I was born in Mombasa. My
Mombasa.
family lives in Nairobi, but I'm born and raised in Mombasa. Born in Mombasa, raised in Nairobi. Yeah. And my two associates back there, and this is what's exciting for us. Feli's from a different tribe. Feli, wave. There you go. Jerry's from my tribe, so it's really cool for us to bring people from different tribes.
Kikuyu?
Huh? Kikuyu. Jerry and I are Kikuyu like she is. And then this thing over there is Luya Taita. She's a mixture of two tribes. I'm a mixture of two tribes. I'm half Kikuyu, half Meru. These two are 100% Kikuyu. So it's cool for us, to see, to be able to do that, and just regardless of the tribe, for us to be able to put people together.
So how do we experience your food if we're not having an event or something? Do you do farmers markets or?
No. So we, by virtue of having done so many events, we do have, we've created a bit of a brand obviously in the past 10 years. So people just call. A lot of it is just referrals. We'll give you our business card. And most of our stuff is it's finger food. It's very we do a lot of schools, offices. We can cater, the full rice and everything. But the core of our business has always been just sort of the quick food, like the samosas and stuff like that. So we can share.
Clients, you just can call you on a Monday and you say what you're going to do.
We just got a call last week for somebody who wanted 200 samosas. You know what I mean? So we have people who order chapatis and they'll want them frozen. They'll eat them for So it's usually we haven't gotten to the point where we ship out. Usually most of it has always been here. We've done events out of the country. We've done some stuff at Smithsonian Folklife Festival. I can never say that right. So where we have opportunities to do that, we've had the New York African Food Festival. We'll travel. And then by virtue of that, you tend to get quite a bit of referrals. So, like I said, we're both professional, full-time. We have full-time jobs, so we get, this one's an accountant. We get people who are passionate about Kenya and about, food, and so they take the time to come and, allow people to experience the culture and stuff like that. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just want to say congratulations for being 10 years.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I don't have flyers and shimami. But March 1st to February 28th. Oh, it is perfect. Yes. Sam Boyd Stadium. I mean it. I've been to football games and stuff like that. I feel a lot of people who've never experienced. Now they put this on in the news and they put it at Thomas and Mack. They try to advertise it. But if you've never experienced, like a soccer, like FIFA soccer, or a rugby tournament, come and experience it.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's, Brazilians will sit with the Kenyans, and then when they're done, they'll go sit with the Fijians, and nobody cares about color. We eat each other's food. You paint half of the face is painted in Kenya, the other half is painted in Fiji. Kids, grown, adults. They even have amateur tournaments for executives that are passionate about the game and passionate about culture, and they come in painted in their country colors, and it's really cool to see that kind of pride and country pride used in sports. But if you've never attended it, it's at Samboyd Stadium. They have local specials, and if you guys sign up with the group, we can email those to you. They do have local specials. Again, rugby is not a very common sport or popular sports in the U.S., so I think that's one of the reasons why it has.
It's called football. NFL football.
But see, with rugby, with rugby, it's 7 minutes contact sport and no gear.
No party.
No gear.
I know.
So you will see those guys, and it's the most, it's thrilling, just being on
Real
there.
football.
It's real football. And so I'll tell you, a lot of people, the past 10 years, we've been able to go. The first time we did this tournament and we had our booth out there, we were 21,000 people. We could not get people in Vegas to come because everybody was just like, it's not football. Now we're 86,000.
Wow.
That's in 10 years. You know what I mean? So, and they're growing the local market. So, again, it's part of the experience. You have kids, bring them, they get their faces painted, they buy flags, they, stuff like that. They learn to speak the language. For me, the exciting part is seeing cultures embrace each other's cultures. That is, we always say, like, when the Kenyans come, we have 4,000 Kenyans, and we have about 4,000 to 5,000 Samoans. We know what each other's each person eats each other's food. At the end of everyone's like, what are you eating? People are it's amazing to see that kind of camaraderie. And then in the stadium, that's where you see most of it, because you'll see a sea of black people, and then you'll see a couple white folks painted in Kenyan colors or Brazilian colors, and it's cool. And they may have never traveled to Kenya or never traveled to South Africa, but they're so excited. They bring their kids and stuff like that. So I always encourage people to attend, even if it's just to attend one day, just to see it. And it only happens in Vegas once a year. So.
Nice. And if someone wanted to get more information about tickets or whatever, we can go through you.
You can come through me, and I'll direct you to the website that you can purchase tickets. You can also purchase them at Thomas and Mack. So it's a citywide event in Vegas. It's huge. Again, it's just because it's not popular sport.
Yes.
If it was, Super Bowl, this place would shut down, but it shuts down with internationals. And then if you're interested in specific countries, they'll have, like, the South Africans have a party. We have a party Thursday night at Deer Park. It's open to the public, so you guys are welcome to come. It's just a casual reception. Our ambassador comes, and we play only Kenyan music, only African music. That is it. If you want to come and hear Bruno Mars, you're not going to hear it.
Justin Bieber.
She said good.
Yeah. All we do, and people, we literally dance dance until 4 in the morning. When they're done, they go to the South African party. When they're done, they go to literally.
Everyone has to be there.
Thursday.
So just take the week off. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jenny.
You're
we
welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
So since Jenny's a part of the team, and I actually forgot to introduce the team, we're gonna do that part. Jenny already introduced herself and what she does. Thank you. We'll go ahead and do Ifayomi, and we'll work our way around until we get to Martin. And should we do that or the history first? Before we do that, we're gonna get Nicole to come forward and do the host spotlight. So to kind of give us a little history on who we are and all that jazz, and then introduce yourself, and then we'll go to you do your thing how you do it.
Okay. All right. So Dre put me up to this. I wasn't really prepared. She did tell me, but I'm just gonna read off script first, and then I'll talk a little bit about Africa Love in the African Village. So Africa Love is a store that showcases all that we love about Africa. It is a collection of the best of what Africa has to offer by way of art, instruments, bags, baskets, clothing, sandals, and decor. By Africans for the world. and you can find out more at africalovestore.com. We also have a 501c3, which is the African Village, not the African Village, but the African Village. And the mission of the African Village is to foster a cultural exchange between Africa and the world, as well as develop sustainable communities by way of commerce, community involvement, musical performances, and education. And more information can also be obtained at theafricanvillage.org. So Africa Love Store is obviously the store in Town Square. The way that I came upon the store is that my boyfriend is an African drummer from Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. And so Africa Love Store wanted to start putting on an African drum class here at the store. And that's how I was introduced to the store. And once I walked in here, I went, oh my God, this place is amazing. It's in Town Square. Look at all the beautiful stuff in the store. All the cultural opportunities that we have to elevate the presence of Africa in Las Vegas. I just got really excited. And from my excitement, did I say my name was Nicole Ford and I'm also a drummer? I didn't say that, but I'm going to say that. So from my excitement, a lot of things grew from that. So in in June last year, we started putting on drum circles in Town Square Park in the center there, and attracted a lot of people to the drum circles. Then we decided somehow to put on this big event called the Touch of Africa in Las Vegas, which we did at the Clark County Library Theater. And from that decision to create such an event, the team expanded to this amazing group of people that I've had the pleasure of working with. The African Village also has been operable in California for a long period of time, I think since 2014. And most of their programming has been in California, with the exception of the events that we started putting on here in Vegas more recently. So the African Village does sponsor child programs in Africa. They do technology exchange. They also have cultural exchange trips to places such as Senegal as well as Brazil. And there's a lot of things that Mara, who is on the front of this flyer, and we haven't talked about yet, but he is the owner of the store and the CEO and founder of the African Village. He's done a lot of things culturally. He's written a book called Talking Wolof, and that can be purchased on at africalovestore.com. He's done a lot of work to bridge the gap. Between African Americans and Africans. And so we're so excited to have an expanded team of people, and now a whole new group of family, because when Dre first came up with this concept, she was like, meet your cousins. So it's so exciting to have new family members come in and want to be a part of what we're doing. I want to get to know you guys better, so I'm going to keep my part short. And do I need to say anything else?
Did you say who you are?
I said I'm Nicole Ford, I'm a drummer. No, but in my day job, I actually work for a company that does staffing. So we are a staffing agency that staffs people for conventions. It's not something that I've done my whole entire life. I've also been an accountant. I was CFO of a music publishing company in Beverly Hills a long time ago. Blah, blah, blah. I don't do accounting anymore. Don't call me. That's not my business. If you need a spreadsheet or something, I might be able to hook you up, but accounting is not my thing. I was never a good bookkeeper. But anyway, so it's a pleasure being here. It's a pleasure meeting you all. I look forward to getting to know you better, and thank you so much for coming to our forum.
Thank you.
Okay, so you all met me a little bit a few minutes ago, just in case you forgot. Just kidding. As I said, my name is Ifayomi. I just want to give it up again for you all, for Dre, for the team here at Africa Love. Can we give each other a hand? Because, it's cold outside, and we're here, which speaks in volume. So just to give you a little bit more about me. How I even came to be here today is because, for most of you who don't know me, I am a retired dancer, for lack of a better term. So I danced African dance professionally for 25 years all across the United States, and I did it here in Las Vegas, and I taught a lot of classes here in Las Vegas when I came here 15 years ago. And through that, I met Nicole. She was one of the drummers in one of the classes that I used to teach. And so I've done a lot of cultural things here in Las Vegas as a dancer. I'm also, my background, I used to be a vegan chef, and so I'm a community, as such, I'm also an organizer for community events. So when they started doing this, I was contacted to work with them. I started working with them, and I'm loving my work because I feel like it's allowing me to really honor my ancestors as well as give back to the community. I work primarily now with Africa Love Store, The African Village, and I work as a Yoruba priestess, basically. That's what I do. Right. I work with, there's Babalawo, a high priest, a high Yoruba priest here, Baba Odushola. We work very good, closely together. He's actually been my mentor for the last 15 years because in most African spiritual practices and traditions, usually the way it's taught, it's an oral tradition. And so you learn at the feet of the elders or the feet of the priests and priestesses. And so I've been working with him, but that's what I do here primarily, and work with Africa Love and these beautiful people up here.
Thank you.
I know, right?
That's why you told me to put him up there, so now we can do something.
Just so I do not forget to get ahead of my time.
Okay.
Just so we know, as we all know, there's a bunch of beautiful things out here, from jewelry to clothes to candles to name it, everything you home here. So if you do purchase anything, we'll have something, a goodie here for you. If you spend over $50, you get $10 back. So this is out for you. Just come see us if you need one of those. Actually, I'll just pass it down. You've got $10 off any purchase over $50. I think everyone has one. And once again, my name is John, and I run across African Love with my cousin here. FYI, once again, cousin, this is our code name. We all call each other cousins over here. So we're all cousins, sir.
Oh, what African country are you from?
Nigeria.
Igbo or Yoruba?
Igbo. Okay. What about yourself?
I was born in Illinois,
Okay. All right.
but I've been to Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I would say someone should go to at least visit one or two African countries, put your bucket list before you eventually go meet the ancestors. But going back to that, through my cousin here, Martin, we're very close, and he said, "Hey, come down here. We're having this little thing, and here we are. And it's now part of family, working alongside everyone here. Beautiful. It's amazing how people put aside whatever they're doing for money just to contribute to the society, just to contribute to mankind. And that's the beautiful thing about everyone here. Everyone here has a selfless interest in this. But again, what do I do? Insurance, investments, and a bit of events as well. So nothing crazy. Just your average Joe getting by. Well, yeah, that's about it, right?
Thank you.
On the flyer, I'm Ida Collins. That's my legal name, but please call me Solid in public. Ida is my grandmother's name. I'm honored to have it, but I have my own identity. I'm a spoken word artist. I've done marketing. I've done spoken word, empowerment, a lot of things here. I moved here in 2006. I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, by way of New Jersey, by way of South Carolina, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, and Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I have 2 children who live and work here, and when we first moved here, we were really looking for culture, because again, I come from Philadelphia. I've since found so much culture, and my goal was to actually assist other people in finding out about the culture. So that's how I got into marketing. It's an honor and a privilege to work with these beautiful people and to just share information. So I'm thankful.
I have to say, she found the culture because she created it.
Thank you.
All right, my name is Dre. We went through that at the beginning. Dre Sher is my name. You can always call me Dre though. That's perfectly fine. I'm kind of new to Vegas. I'm from Virginia. Shout out to the East Coast. I moved here 2017, at the end of 2017. Because I decided that I needed to, well, I kind of decided / the universe just sent me here too. It was this like, listen and go, do that thing. So I decided to come out here and to pursue my passion. I am a massage therapist. I focus mostly on medical issues, so people have sciatica, back pain, neck pain, anything like that. I consider myself a healer. That has been my gift that's been passed down to me from my ancestors. So that's what I do. I'm the CEO of The Richest Touch, which is a massage practice, medical massage practice located inside of Las Vegas Scripps Pharmacy in Henderson, Nevada. What else is there? Also, like I mentioned before, or Jalisa mentioned, I put on certain events throughout the city. If you're ever having a pamper parties, we do guy parties, we do corporate events where we bring the flavor and we bring safe, nurture, and touch. That's the drinks. The drinks. And our, we kind of embody the flavor anyway, you know, we bring that too. So I have a huge passion for, in my mind, I have a huge passion of liberating my people. So that's why I've had this vision, other visions, and I feel it is my purpose. It is why I'm here to be kind of a Sojourner Truth. I don't know. She's kind of a big name, you know, but if I say that's my spirit right there. I'm there with her. So I accept that part of me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I love you all. Let me throw that out there. You'll hear me say peace and love. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I want that for all of us, and I want us to be able to grow and move together. So if you got your backache, back pain, hit me up. You need an ear of someone to hear, hit me up. You need somebody to send you some light and some love, hit me up, okay? I have cards available also. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, how I got into this. I was thrown into the Africa Love store and all this stuff. They just called me and was like, hey, you want to do this thing? And I was like, sure, why not? And so now I'm here, and I'm excited about how it has blossomed into this whole everything. It's actually, it's right. It's like, look at this, y'all. We moving in these streets. So, thank you again.
Go, Diana.
Hey, Diana.
Diana's the shy one.
I'm the shy one. I don't know. I think as I'm getting older, I'm more introverted. But so my name is Diana Mwago Chege, and Weeks. Chege is my maiden name. I don't know where that came from. Mwago is my Kikuyu name. I'm from Kenya, same tribe as Jenny and Jerry over there. And I am a stay-home mom who loves to design, and I just stumbled on, I have 2 kids, and we were coming to the park, and we were doing story time or something, and I parked my car right up there. And as I was getting my boys into the strollers, I was like, wait, what is this? Africa, you know? So you see something that says Africa, you walk in, and so I walked in and I've never walked out. I met Mara, and then I told him, I'm going to design your website for you. And he said, okay. And then I just kind of became his designer. So I do all the graphic stuff that you see around, that's me. It's really fun. It keeps me busy as a stay-home mom. It's my outlet. It's my giving back to the community. It's my connecting with my African roots kind of thing. So, so yeah, this is really hard, but I think that's it.
So did you mainly just graphic design?
No. So I do web design. I do web design, graphic design, PR a little bit if you need press releases.
Promo videos.
Just anything digital kind of thing. So small businesses, you know, mom and pops, those are people that need help and those are people so,
Yes, yes. She is
Social
amazing,
media.
high
oh
quality.
yeah, social
work.
media.
I'm just gonna shout it out.
I have to tell the story. We were being interviewed at KCEP 88.1 for the Kwanzaa event that we had here on December the 26th. And so the flyer, right, they were looking at the flyer, right, for the Kwanzaa event, and they were like, yo, so who is doing this part, right? It's like, you know, it's one thing when you see flyers, it's another thing when you see this type of quality. And so they were very, very impressed because, as we know, or I was told a long time ago, presentation is everything. It's all about how you present yourself. And so everybody loves the way you do your presentation. Thank you. I just wanted to put that out there.
Now I know why it's hard. My name, I'm going to give you my native name. My parents gave me a Kennedy Chiku, Obinna, Ejike, Chibueze. That's 4 names. You should call me Martin. Let's keep it simple. Call me Martin. I'm going to say welcoming 4 different African Nigerian languages. Yayade is Hausa. Ekabo, Yoruba. Amedi is Efik. Non is Igbo. Which is where I'm from originally. I was born there and grew up in London and came out here to the US. Welcome is in English too, I guess I can say that. How did that come about, African love? I came to Town Square and I just walked in. Guess what I found? Her Highness. And she had redesigned my business cards and some of my other, business flyers as well. So I was curious, I want to see what's going on here. I've never seen something like this before. And I got interested. Like, wow, this is good to come around and see something more African. And that was it. I don't think I came back right after that. It took us maybe about 6 months or so. And I was talking about how I can come up with an African club where African people can come and dance the drums and African music and celebrate our culture. And I wanted to network. So I got in touch with her because I knew she knew African Love Honor. And she told me, well, we have this gathering, you can come out and, pitch your idea. Well, that idea didn't materialize yet, but
It's the beginning.
So I got trapped in this group. But I gotta tell you what, it's like John said, it's an avenue that we can express ourselves, an avenue that we can clarify some misconceptions about Africans and African Americans. I gotta tell you this. I came to America in 2000. While I was at the JFK airport, I remember vividly the immigration officer lady. She asked me, "Where did you like to speak English?" I'm very sarcastic, guys, and I said, "Oh, I just got down here. Some guy on my flight gave me a 1 hour crash because of English." I mean, I think if you work in immigration, you should know your geography. You should know some kind of history coming through your port of entry. Nigeria is a country in Africa, and yes, we speak different languages, and yes, we have American embassy there. People think we live on a tree. Well, American embassy is just 4 trees down. It makes you wonder. These people just need people from Africa to kind of tell them what it's like in Africa. Yes, there are poor areas in Africa, and there's some affluent, rich areas in Africa. In Africa, we buy houses cash. We don't do.
Hey, that's right. Yes.
In Africa, we buy G-wagons cash. We don't do car notes.
Say it. Preach.
That being said, we do experience tribalism. We got the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Efik, the Igbos. We speak different languages. 1 out of 7 times, somebody's not gonna like you because you speak different, you dress different, you look different. That's tribalism. We experience it. Kind of like what we experience out here. We call it racism. I don't see it. I don't know about you. I live in my own space. They're out there, but you just don't let it affect you. Believe in yourself, and just like we believe in ourselves back in Africa, in Nigeria. We speak different languages, and we have one common language. We call it Pidgin English. I might not speak his language. I would say, "Oh boy, how far?" Kind of like saying, "How are you?" So I just want to let you guys understand, this is African love. We have to go beyond the barriers of tribalism or racism. I didn't know much about Kenya until I met Diana here. I don't know much about Senegal or Niger Republic, but I'm pretty sure if I meet someone from that area, they can teach me certain things about their culture, what they eat, and so on and so forth. Just likewise, I can teach them what jollof rice is. I don't know who knows what jollof rice is. There you go. So overall, these are my cousins. You guys are my new cousins. The cousin. I hope when you leave today, bring a cousin with you next time. All right. So my name is Martin Chibeze. Forget the other long 4 different names that I got. Call me Martin. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. I'll take a moment to pause and thank them for real. Like, for real, guys, thank you guys. Because this wouldn't happen without these beautiful minds here to put in these ideas and say, okay, how can we connect? We couldn't just have African Americans here, just have Africans. We have to bring in, like, how are we all gonna create this thing, this new home, this new safe space? So thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Okay. I'm gonna skip the. Actually, no. Okay, I want to give the attendees, you guys, our new cousins, opportunities to speak about yourselves. It's getting like closing in on time. What time is it?
7:36.
7:36. So we've got 24 minutes left. hard to get out of. So you can definitely stay seated until the end. But if you would like to introduce yourself, even if you just say your name, and if you have a business of your own that you want to give a little shout out about, this is the place for it. And hopefully one of these days you'll be one of our sponsors that'll come about and show us what you got. And what was your idea when you came to the forum? I know that you were kind of curious, but what did you assume it was going to be, or what did you hope it was going to be? Because our goal tonight is specifically to talk to you guys and see what can we give to you, because we're here to be servants of the community. We want to serve you, and we want to provide whatever it is that we feel we may need. So I'm going to keep it at like a 45 seconds per person. I don't have my light on me.
That's right.
One more thing. Guys, sorry, I forgot one big piece of information. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I do sell CBD. I don't know you guys know what that is. This stuff you want some, yeah, it's good stuff. And it's not the THC, the CBD helps with depression, pain, anxiety, you name it all. Come to me and I will tell you much about it. Thank you guys.
Thank you. 45 seconds, guys. I want everyone to be able to say, but I also want to finish up our program in a timely manner so that we all get to what we got to do. Because it's Friday night, some of y'all might be trying to, go hit the strip or something. I don't know. So, I would like to, should I point folks out? Or we can just start right here. We're just going to let it ease its way, okay?
Yes,
and
beautiful couple stand up.
Yeah.
My name is Troy.
Hi, Troy.
I'm here by way of Los Angeles, California. I've been here almost 5 years now. Currently beginning the stages of starting my own business, our business. So getting that going. Her Africa Love through her. Came to the Kwanzaa event, went to the library, did the other event. Yeah, the kids on stage dancing and everything. It was beautiful. So glad to be here. Nice to meet everyone, all my cousins.
What kind of business?
Clothing and electronics.
Yay.
And this is
I'm Tracy, and I feel like I came here and I'm getting exactly what I expected, what I hoped for. I think this is pretty groundbreaking, and I'm just gonna do my part to spread the word and make sure I keep coming back and do what I can.
Told y'all, them chairs are hard to get out of.
It's so relaxing.
They are.
So my name is Tiffany. I heard about all of this through my husband, John. Since he comes to, meetings every so often, I hear a lot about it, and I'm like, okay, what are you talking about now? What is this? And so he's like, just listen. So I sat down, listened. Everything he's, told me about, there's little pieces here and there. I mean, it's everything what I expected, and hearing about all these different businesses and, the different cultures and different countries, etc. It's amazing. I'm born and raised in California, been in Vegas going on 3 years, and there's nothing like that in, California. I mean, there might be, but I wasn't exposed to it. And I love it. I'm going to continue, like Tracy said, spread the word to the rest of our cousins, family members, and make this thing big, grow it really big, really, really big.
My name is Cousin Roz. I came because of Solid. She's been promoting it on Facebook, and I just love her. So I definitely want to come out and support. And she'll send texts out about it and all that. So curiosity, and definitely just sometimes in your business and what you're doing, you just get kind of caught in your own little world, in your own little cubbyhole. And I thought that this was going to be such a great way. I love how you say just bridging that gap and bringing people together. And so that's why I'm here, and this is really great. I have a community garden, so I am a farmer. When I think you talked about doing some kind of event, like, I would love you guys. I have a 5-acre space, and it's just really, really, really beautiful. So we could have a really big African American. We've done a reggae festival.
Yes.
And the reggae festival.
Yes.
It's called Reggae at the Roots. Yeah, so it's called Vegas Roots Community Garden. And you can come and buy your collards and mustards and carrots.
Oh, wow.
Bell peppers, but my space is definitely your space. And so I would love to.
Also the creator of Well Women of Color, that I belong to, because she's actually Well Women of Color, and you can find them on Facebook, or you can visit the website. She gives excellent professional advice, as well as motivational tools for people like me who are transitioning to be a full-time vegan. It's been a great support system, and she's done so much in the community. You really have to just Google her and look her up. She's really
Are you vegan as well?
Yes.
Vegan?
I have to support what Solid is saying about Roz. I've been knowing her for a couple of years. We worked on a couple of projects. I've been to a couple of events at the garden. Go to the garden, purchase product, because she has this really, I don't know if she still has the system where you can just come and it's the information about how much stuff weighs
Yeah,
on board.
it's just a pick and pack.
Yeah, you just pick and pick. She don't even have to be there. You just go and pick what you want out of the garden, and you pay for it and leave it in a box and keep on moving. And Roz, how long have you had the garden now?
Since 2010.
We definitely need to support.
And Roz, quick one as well. What time to what time is it open?
Tuesday through Saturday, so we're closed Sunday and Monday, and we're there from about 8 to 4.
Yeah, but you don't have to be there to go and get.
Now you do.
Now you do. Okay, so
get a pretty copy.
When the box was broken into,
that one last
quite a
time.
bit.
Yes.
She also has a wellness university that I'm striving to.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
because
actually
teach. Yes.
I think she has other programs, like you can buy, like Africa Love could actually buy a box
Yeah.
and plant our own herbs, plant our own vegetables, plant whatever it is that we want. And I think she also has a program where you have certain, whatever is in season, you can get fruits and vegetables or whatever.
Kind of like bountiful baskets.
Yes.
I have a hard time finding collards and.
Oh, she got the most beautiful collards you ever seen. The leaves are like this big.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
My name's Tamara Carter, and I came by way of Roz. She brought it to my attention, and it was an opportunity for me to step away from taking care of my business. I am a retired pharmacist, but in the interest of what I've always loved, it was art. As many of you probably well aware, your parents tell you what you can't do when you're going out of high school. So fortunately, I had a drunk driver hit me, was at home, started doing my own art, and I've always loved traveling. You know, I've really lived traveling. So my son's father is Igbo. I've been to Africa, Johannesburg, Dakar, Zimbabwe. I travel. So I do art here, and I recently established my business in Belize, so I go back and forth. Well, because I love to travel, so my goal has always been traveling artist. Those are the two things that I love. So if you need art for your home, you need art for your business, I'm that go-to person. And I have a side passion because my mother was diagnosed with dementia. I do 4 angelic moments. Many of us are experiencing having to be caretakers, and we have forgotten what that really means. We've grown up with people, our grandparents and siblings that take care of. We're all going to be inundated with either having to be taken care of or taking care of someone. They talk about retirement, but they don't tell you that suddenly you could just fall off the edge of the earth because you've got to care for someone. So we need to be more passionate about finding out how to balance your life and taking care of your loved one and taking care of yourself. You can't forget about who you are. But more importantly, we need to reach back and try to help the caretakers, because it really is a devastating thing to have to juggle your life. If, say, you live in Nigeria and your parents are sick
sure that we're not only honoring them by libation, but we need to honor them by making sure that we're planning ahead in case they financially can't take care of themselves or there's no one there. We're a divided world, not a country, a divided world. And so we're all very far away from our loved ones. We don't live in the same village or the same city anymore. We need to take care of each other here. We need to take care of our seniors.
What kind of mediums do you use for your art?
Everything. All of them, because I'm passionate about it. I do glass, I do jewelry, I do oil, I do acrylic, and I do large wall hangings. So it's something afterwards. I do art, angels, and jewels. And it's jewels as in South Africa, JUWELS.
Well, stop.
Can't sit behind the chair.
That was way too comfortable down there. My name is Michael Karuga. I came to know about African love from my sisters who do the Watu and Company. Giving back to community is a key thing for me in 2019, and the way I decided to do it is join a group that has the same ideas that I would have for expanding the social network. I mean, social media is great, but when we have like minds in the room, we sit down together, we share experiences, I believe we can broaden ourselves, like someone said, Chinatown concept. We can go big. I mean, it's great that we come from Philly, Igbo, I mean, wherever. I'm just so happy that I was able to come to this event. And my 2 kids are missing and my wife's missing, but next time, trust me, I'll take the info and I'm coming back with the whole tribe coming in. So, thank you again.
What do you do? Did you say?
What do you do?
What do
Huh?
you do?
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Kenya.
And what do you do?
I am actually a real estate advisor. So, homes, businesses, land, I'm in it, and I'm in here to exemplify you guys. So wherever I can help, I'll be glad.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rodney Smith, and I came here because my Doris, as in the movie Black Panther, told me to come here. And that is Sister Michelle in the back and Deja right here. So I ran for Congress this last time, and one of the reasons for running for Congress is because I didn't feel like our people have people who truly have our interests at heart. And every Friday we do a gathering at the Westside Bistro, and some Ethiopians had come through, and they shared with us how they would like to bridge the gap between Africans and African Americans, and if we could establish a forum where we could exchange very similarly to what you're doing here. So we do it every Friday with the community, and so we are open, and we encourage you all, if you have a Friday free from 12 to 2 at the Westside Bistro, which is 710 West Lake Mead Boulevard, we would love for you to come out and share, because it is about us passing on knowledge as well as receiving knowledge, and ultimately, how we are treated is probably how you are perceived initially until they hear you speak. But until that, they see you as us, and the us is usually something that they don't care for, they don't like. And oftentimes, once that first impression is made, it's hard to get over it in their minds. So the sooner that we all establish those relationships between us and break those barriers down that we have between us, the sooner we can then use our collective resources to break down those barriers that others may perceive in us. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of this and meeting my cousins. I'm actually 3rd generation freeborn in my family. And they originate, we believe, from Ghana. We also have what we affectionately call back home the Geechee culture. So our language isn't always the same as regular Americans, but here, this is how I speak. Thank you.
Asia, and Rodney honors me by calling me one of his daughters. I kind of think I'm more a little puppy dog following him and Michelle around. I grew up in San Diego, and I am trying to teach, and I'm very much drawn to special education in high free and reduced lunch schools. So I find that almost all of my students are more blessed with melanin than I am. So when I get the chance, I try to get out and listen and try to see what I can do to bridge those gaps, as well as just our society is so broken. It's so sad. And the highly melanated folks take the brunt of it. And I don't see how I can work to change that if I don't listen to people from that culture. So thank you for welcoming me.
She also does jewelry.
Oh yes, I also make, this is one of my pieces. It's called Treasures by Trevor.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I do also, I'm trying to make the jewelry. So.
Really
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this is my turn.
Your turn.
45 seconds.
I'll try. All right, so, well, I'm, what I do here, you know, I'm known as Baba Shola. I've been a Yoruba priest, initiated Yoruba priest from Ibadan, Nigeria, for about 27 years. Pan-Africanist since 1970. So that's out of Uhuru Sasa School in New York City to Uniting Slaves in Los Angeles. So about every other militant group you could put them all together. West Coast, East Coast, it's all good. What we're about is we're about reuniting you with yourself and restoring our destinies. So that's basically the work of what you call a Vozolo Orisha. Your destiny is we don't give it. It's between you and God. All we do is just look at it, try to clarify it, help you get on it. If you're off of it, if you're on it, we want to enhance it. So this is what we do, and we want to get you to communicate and be in touch with your ancestors. Okay, ancestors are real. Nobody dies. I'm gonna tell you, if y'all think, first of all, death is an alien concept to Africa. From one end of Africa to from the north to the south, nobody believes in it. Nobody. You go to another world. Okay, this is a veritable fact. This is not a religious fact. This is a scientific fact. This is a cultural fact. This is a spiritual fact. So we want to bring this out. One of our biggest tragedies has been the removal of our tradition from us. This is what really victimized us. You're talking millions, maybe more than millions of years of history between fathers, mothers, sons, daughters that got separated as we moved to this side of the water. But what we don't know as a people is that on those slave ships, there were probably 2, 12, 50, maybe half the boat was full of priests. We didn't know that. Half the boat. That's how you got your freedom. We don't know that. We want to help us understand the history. We got our freedom. You did not get your freedom by going to the Underground Railroad. You did not get your freedom from Abraham Lincoln. You did not get your freedom from Columbus.
Whoever said that, yes.
You got your freedom from following the traditional leaders of Africa, whether it was in Brazil, Haiti, Mexico, Venezuela. We want to bring this out. We don't even know that. We don't know names like John Jacques Dessalines. We don't know anything like Nanny of the Maroons of Jamaica. She freed half the island of Jamaica. Half. The black woman fought the British. One half of Jamaica was free. Those are the ones we call Maroons. And they fought. Who was Nanny Maroon? She was what you call Obeya woman. What is Obeya woman? Obeya woman is basically a mambo or Orisha. That's all she is. She's priestess. So she fought for your freedom. And this a little bit of history.
ground zero for your freedom is Haiti, not Abraham Lincoln. Ground zero. We need to understand that. Ground zero. The Haitian Revolution was organized, created, and developed by the Voodoo priests of Haiti. I'm sorry, I got to use that word. Who made that a bad word?
White folks.
Not us. They freed so many black people. Matter of fact, the U.S. government put I know I'm past 45 seconds. But they put a blockade around Haiti for 70 years because they thought they was going to come and free you. And they was right. They were coming to free you. But they went to the south and freed 4 nations. Venezuela, I think Colombia. All those 4 nations were freed by the Haitian slaves under the Voodoo priests. That's why voodoo is a bad word. That is why. You need to know that. That's what we do. We want to connect you with your history, with your ancestors.
My name is Jolena Simpson. I'm a midwife. No, a doula is not a midwife. Midwife cares for the health and well-being. A doula cares. Yes, because the same as a doula. Midwife cares for the health and well-being of the mother and baby. A doula is emotional, physical support.
And which are you?
I'm a midwife.
Yeah. I had a home birth.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Hello, my name is Ashanti McGee, and I am district representative for Congresswoman Susie Lee. So this is part of the district, and so I'm here to represent. I'm here to learn more. I've been on Facebook, kind of reading and learning about all of the programs that you've been having, and so I just want to offer just our support, and basically if you have any questions, if you need help with anything from goodness, social services, anything federal, veterans issues, immigration. I'm actually an immigration caseworker as well, and my outreach is in arts and African American and indigenous communities. So I'm also going to be looking for organizations, any of you that own businesses, organizations, or have or artists. Please see me afterwards. I would love to learn more about it. Thank you.
And she's an amazing artist.
Time me.
We're not messing with you tonight. Yeah.
My name is Derek Washington. I am chairman of the Black Democratic Empowerment Project. Our mission statement is to empower the community politically and economically while celebrating our rich culture and history. I am also running for Ward 5 City Council, and the reason I'm running is to foster businesses like this. Foster businesses like the real estate person, the pharmacist. I want them all to come to Ward 5. I want it to be a diverse Wakanda. Thank you. 45 seconds or less.
That's a record.
I know.
I do want to also say that for Ward 5, that is a historic neighborhood.
And I want to change it from being historic to being the future. It's that simple. Right now, it is all about the past and the Moulin Rouge. That's all beautiful, but I want to call it, instead of Ward 5, the W5. Okay. Let's modernize it. And Roz is in my district.
Yes.
And Roz started, she didn't tell you this, she started the Youthpreneur program where kids came in and they did things like sold popcorn and arts and crafts. Them little kids was making like $100-something, $200 a day. During Christmas, and I want to tell you this, I got a phone call from my mom telling me, oh, you know, my daughter's mad at you. I said, why? She goes, because Mr. Derek's not doing the Youthpreneur program no more, and I ain't got no Christmas money. So, we have to start over.
Hello, everyone. My name is Omoze. I'm from Nigeria, so you know, I have some of my brothers here. But I go by Z. It's still part of my name, but just so it makes it easier on everyone. I got to meet everyone from the African Love Store through my auntie, Miss Mercedes.
Oh.
She's my play auntie, but she's like the best.
She's everybody.
She's like the best,
Yes.
you know, auntie to me. She's helped me a lot. I've been here in Vegas since 2001. I moved in from Nashville with my husband at the time, so raising my 3 kids here. And I'm really very passionate about Africa. I'm an Ankara addict. That's African fabric. I sell Ankara. That's my business on the side. So I do Coral Afrique. That's what my business is. And I promote a lot of African, you know, the clothing. I'm always dressed in something Ankara. It's my head wrap, it's my pants, it's my shirt, it's my dress. That's how I choose to portray myself. Africa is such a beautiful country, beautiful continent, that we got so much that a lot of people still are very ignorant about. So by me, you know, doing that little bit, I think that helps to still put Africa and what Africa is about, you know, into the society. When I first walked into the store, fell totally in love with it. My auntie was here. We actually had dinner at one of the restaurants down here, and I'm like, you know what, let's walk down, and that's how we came here. And we loved it. I met with Myra, nice guy, so I guess that's me. We had a head wrap class, which, well, this year we're still going to do something. We're still trying to put something together, you know, to have. The gala is actually more complicated. So what we do is try to simplify it, because we want to make it like your head wrap, that's your crown. It's an African woman. I'm Bini by tribe. That's my tribe. And you know how we have the coral beads? That's how Coral Afrique came. We adorn ourselves with that. That's our crown, actually. As a Bini queen, that's royalty. Right. So teaching, you know, African Americans just how to always, not just put in a head wrap, just thinking, oh, you're having a bad headache. That's what most people think, they have to have a head wrap. But no, that's your crown. When you have a head wrap on, it just completes you, like, totally.
When's your next class? Head wrap.
We're looking at March, but we're definitely.
We can do it here.
We can, yeah.
Talk tomorrow. Yeah, we have to talk tomorrow, but
yes.
we can make it happen.
Yes, so yes, we can always work something, but we're looking at like March or April. Yeah, we can put something together like that. It's too far.
You need to know how to wrap your head now, sir.
All right.
Me.
Yes.
Hi. Hi everyone. I'm Helen. I'm originally from Eritrea, which is in East Africa. Born in Sudan, came here as a refugee. Came here as a baby, so I've been raised in America my whole life, but of course, you know, close ties to my Eritrean roots. I've always done this. I appreciate this forum. I've always done this informally with my friends and just having discussions as far as exposing them to my culture, trying to bridge the gap between, I always say that we're all the same. And so I appreciate this forum, and I heard about Africa Love Store, I think when Wakanda came out, and they had an event at the theater over here, so I heard about the store. And so, like I said, I appreciate this, and I appreciate meeting everybody else, and seeing if we can come together as a community.
Me? Oh, what are we doing? Introductions? I'm sorry. My name is Mona Lisa. I've been in Las Vegas for about 23 years,
And I'm loving what we're doing here. And this is, you know, I've been looking for this the whole time. I came from Southern California, and in Southern California, you can find something. It may not even be advertised. You just walking, doing your life, whatever, and someone says, come out, there's art, and there's all kinds of art from all over the world. So I'm excited, and I'm very happy that we're doing this here in Las Vegas. It's about time. I wanted to leave so many times. Ifeomi, that is my godmother, by the way. I tell her all the time, I want to leave Las Vegas. She's like, hold on, don't leave.
Everybody says that.
You know, but I keep staying, and so I have hope, and so I'm glad that we're doing things to bring all of our communities together, and I'm glad that we're doing it so respectfully.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. And then I think there's a lady right behind you, Jolisa. Hi. Step forward with the little ones. Yes.
These are my grandbabies.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
My name is Evelyn Pacheco, and I am the president of Nevada Women in Trades. And it is empowering ladies to take care of their families. I am the only black-owned woman that's doing this here in Vegas, and it's training women to get into the trades. Take a prep test.
Wait, no. Keep going. What are you?
I am the first black female to get a plumber's license in the state of Nevada.
Thank you.
So do you have a plumbing business?
I don't have a plumbing business, but like I said, the organization is nonprofit and it's training women to take the prep test. I have just got partnered up with Nevada Partners. So.
Yes. And how did you find about Africa Love?
Through Derek Washington over there.
She's going to be handling my union outreach.
Nice.
And Rodney, I need to talk to you about being my veterans program. Put him on the spot.
Is there anyone that we miss?
We miss Papis.
Papis.
Oh.
Yes.
Hello.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Papis from Senegal, West Africa. Mother's cousin. Bring me here to help out. Trying to make the stuff move on and bring some Africa to you guys.
Thank you.
The ladies?
Yes.
I'm Felicia. I go by Feli, born and raised in Kenya. And let's see.
What do you do?
I work in the hotel industry. I've been in Vegas since 2005. And let's see. Came to know this store because of Jenny. Of course, she dragged me here. And I've been in here a couple of times, but this is the first time I've been to this type of event.
Welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Jerry. I'm also from Kenya, and I got to learn about the store from Diana and Jenny, of course. And I just realized that, like, my African culture is something I've always just kind of taken for granted, just because I was born and raised there. And it's really exciting to see, you know, people from other different African cultures or different cultures from the world that are interested in, you know, like the African culture as well. So it's my first time in the store, I think. Shame on me. I've been in Vegas for like about 5 years, but definitely we'll be back again.
My name is Michelle Edmonds. I've been in Vegas for about 24 years. I work on Rodney's campaign as the campaign manager. I'm very excited about this forum. I heard about Africa Love probably on Facebook, and as soon as I saw it, I hit the gas. I literally hopped in my car and drove right out. I love this place. So I think this is a great idea, and I'll be back.
Yes, thank you.
What she didn't mention is that her home looks quite a bit like this store.
I do enjoy true original Africa artifacts and pieces. I don't particularly care. No, I don't care for the Americanized. I don't represent Africa. I'm absolutely refuse to buy when I come across something that's authentic. I do everything that I can to purchase it, particularly if it's something unique that's difficult to find. And that's what they're speaking of.
Thank you. Thanks.
My heart is full of love, guys. So much joy. Thank you all. hope that we are feeding you like you're feeding us here. Diana's actually handing out a survey. Please, if you have a business, please put your info on the back of it so we can reach out. Your name, some kind of contact, something there. Yes.
So I would also like to add that because we do have a 501c3, the African Village, and we do have programming that we are trying to produce in Las Vegas, including an Afro-Brazilian show that we have coming up in February, A Touch of Africa in August. We would love to expand and grow our program, so if any of you feel called to make a small donation, we have a basket up at the counter there, and we would love to have your support.
It's actually over in this little table
Oh,
by the
my
door.
bad.
But Nicole will be over there at the end.
Yes, I'll be staying there.
Nicole's gonna do it. Nicole will be there to take any
There's no
donations
issue
from you
about
guys.
perception about Nigerians, is there? Okay.
Okay, so before we close, I want to give you guys at the bottom of our flyer here just some information. The Pan-African Soul Sessions are going to be bi-monthly, so it won't be next month. Next month, hang out with us when Sambada comes. We're having a whole show, and after that will be March, and that's when our next forum will be. March 15th, actually, is always the third Friday of the month, 6 to 8, and generally speaking, it's going to be here. If anything's different, hopefully everybody's following Africa Love on either Facebook or Instagram. We will always have whatever new information, because a lot of people probably knew about us from social media. So always check our Facebook, always check our Instagram to know all the details. So March 15th, we're going to do cultural appreciation. That's going to be lots of fun. Be here. Then the next will be May 17th with youth and family. July 19th will be mental health. September 20th, entrepreneur support and education. November 15th, a seat at the table, our unity feast. So if you can look at any of these titles and feel that you may be able to, you want to know a little bit more about it, or you feel that you may be able to connect with that part of it, you got a restaurant, you want to provide the food for the big November dinner, do that. Let us know. Let me know. Reach out.
Yeah. Just quick on that as well. So this is more of, as we would say, it's more of an informal introduction. So our next, henceforth, it's going to be more of a conversation. So we're having a chance, we're having a dialogue. That's the whole purpose of this, to make it informational and educational for everyone. So it's not just introduction of everyone, and we've gone past that stage. So the whole idea is to get it bigger and bigger and bigger. What are the issues facing our society? How do we promote? How do we get better? That's the whole purpose of it.
And goal specific steps to yield results for whatever it is we are or may be discussing at that time.
And we want to get really awesome speakers here, and sometimes they're not in Vegas, so that donation box would be really great so we can get some folks to come out. I'm just throwing that out there. So yeah, I think that's it. We got Q&A section, so this is the time for your questions, and we will be happy to answer.
I wanted to bring up, for all of you, we're talking about networking, connecting all the African blacks, whatever, from around the world in this country. We have a Facebook page called Black Travel Movement.
Okay.
And
I think I'm on that page.
It's been really blowing up, but they have since decided that they want us to go back out to all the countries in Africa and do that to us, not to other places. So Roz and I are fortunate enough to be going to Haiti for one of the first trips. Medical volunteers, regular volunteers, where we want to do educational, art, medical, you can assist. So I'm just petitioning all of you to go and look at their site, take a look what they're doing. They're really blowing up. It's just us.
Can you tell that?
And it really helps because they talk about, is it safe for you as a black female to go to Nigeria? Is it safe to go to? I'm sorry.
No.
So there's a lot of things that questions you can ask, and it basically relates to what we're talking about. We're all coming from different avenues. You can tell from your perspective. Well, this is what I think, this is what I use, because it's about lifting us all up.
For sure.
I just want to say real quick, on next Thursday, 7:30 at the Truth Spot, we're doing a small business mixer, because I want to learn how we can get more y'all in Ward 5.
And where's the venue?
It is on the corner of Jimmy and Lake Mead. Can I send you the information?
Definitely. Yes.
It's just around the corner from Mario's Market.
Right behind.
Oh, Mario.
Yes. Love Mario's.
Yeah, and it's like all black-owned businesses, young people in that plaza, and I want to replicate that across the district.
Sure. Any other questions?
Yeah, actually, I do have a question for you all. When I was running for office, we did what we called the Wakanda Project.
Yes.
And we called it, where's Michelle?
She was standing right here. Oh, there she is. Yes.
Yes.
General, tell them about the Wakanda Project.
Our theme was creating a world with a Wakanda state of mind.
So building a nation.
Building a nation with a Wakanda state of mind. If you remember, those of you who saw the movie, at the very end of the movie when he was speaking to the UN, that was when he chose to discuss with the rest of the world what Wakanda had to offer, and the idea was to bring the world together as one. And so that was our theme with the Wakanda Project. And of course, we invited any and everyone to dress in either Wakanda or African attire. So and it was a great event.
So that project is going to be ongoing, and the reason why it's important to me, and I wanted to find out how you all felt about it, is my family are, like I said, we're removed. I'm third generation freeborn. So African Americans did not exist before Africans were taken out of Africa, of various locations, mostly on the west and some central, to be brought here. And then they called us a bunch of names, and it wasn't until after the war that we became Americans with the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. So we're made up people, just to put it plainly. Well, if we're made up people, even though we are made up, because of the title African American, oftentimes it divides us from our Haitian brothers and sisters, from the various folks in Africa. So I figured that the concept of Wakanda was multiple tribes that have come together to build that great empire. So I thought, well, suppose instead of it being a geographical location, it's really a state of mind. And suppose we have a Wakanda, all of us collectively decided to own a Wakanda state of mind, regardless of what tribes we come from in Africa, because there's issues with tribes and intertribal rivalries in Africa. Well, we have sort of intertribal rivalries right here in America. But if we had one thing that we could identify with and then use that sort of as a collective place for all of us, then how we would just see each other as one group of people versus as all these different people, and then indulge and embrace all of the cultures that would be a part of that. So we're doing routine, recurring events to talk about building that nation with a Wakanda state of mind. And instead of allowing other people to identify it, how about we identify ourselves and then build from that? So,
you also have a page called Our Own Voices. Is that your page?
Yes, I published a magazine called, a digital and print magazine called Our Own Voices, because we needed a voice here in Las Vegas that was the black voice. Now, it was not devoid of other voices, but the foundation of it was us. And what we talked about was, we talked about our culture, we talked about other people's cultures, because a lot of us don't know our cultures and our history. A lot of other cultures don't know their cultures and history, and they definitely don't know ours. So it was, and still is, an ongoing effort to educate us and also to get us more involved with each other. And that's why we do the gatherings on Friday, because it's mainly introduction, so that we get to know each other. Because once we get to know each other, it tends to break down walls that divide us, and then we can move on to doing other things. So yes, thank you, sis. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So what do you all think about the idea?
I think that's beautiful. We are definitely, I think a lot of times that we don't know that we can all eat. It's a thing that there's lack, or that we gotta have our stuff over here and y'all can have it, and I believe that mentality has been fed to us through many things, and it is definitely time for us all to say, we all have the same goal. We all want to elevate ourselves. We all want to live better lives, live healthier lives, have a space that our children can grow up and be safe and love themselves and be proud of themselves, and we can build this for ourselves. And it's our job to do it, because nobody's going to do it for us. So, we are down. So any way that we can collaborate, we are definitely willing and capable and able to do so. And we hope the same from you.
We are there.
One single tribe.
One single tribe.
I just want to say thank you guys. Sorry. Thank you so much for coming, and I just want to encourage you to stay positive, focused, and motivated because consistency leads to success. Keep in mind, each one teach one. There's about 30 people in here today. So I don't know if you felt a shift in energy since you got here, but there was also a shift in consciousness. So just think if we could take this and make this a worldwide effort. It's 30 people. You pick 10 people and you do this every day. How long do you think it would be before we change it?
Seems like that's all. So,
Feel free to take as much food as you want.
yes,
Drinks as you know.
And please fill out the survey and come back to us because that's how we know how to better be able to serve you guys and have better events and everything moving forward.
Once again, thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much for coming, and we
Get
hope
home
to
safe.
see you at the next past Pan-African Soul Session. Thank you.
Did everyone get a survey?
Can I get some service?
Oh, yeah,
There were
service,
some people that didn't get a service.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Sounds like, can you say what you do? What do you say? Everything.
Did you say you were from Benin?
Look, I tried right? I'm going to
I got you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, so that's what you said.
It's about the same. It's about the same, but I'm from
Yeah, but
Anybody else in the survey?
the people from Nigeria, no, aren't they sort of before America or before colonizers came? Weren't they like
Thanks for coming once again, Russ.
Thank you. I'm gonna. Yes, I do have a card, and I would love to get involved with this. I would love.
That's your personal number?
Yes, that's my email, my. Yeah. This is good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely reach out to everyone.
Yes, we got a definitely.
Cocktail lady. Thank you right here. I think I might be able to get
Excuse me, I just want to make a brief announcement before everyone leaves. For Black History Month, our event is going to be the Sambara concert and workshop that's being held at the Clark County Library Theater. So if there's anyone that's interested, we have flyers for it. And you can get tickets here at the store. You can see one of us. But we're also looking for vendors for the event. If you're interested in vending, please see me.
Where can I get I didn't even know it
Worked out perfectly, right? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Can I go there and take one?
You can take one.
I got some.
Just, oh, okay. You're gonna take just in case. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right. Have they been to the store before? Your kids?
My daughter, yeah. My daughter, my son-in-law. My kids are grown up.
Oh,
yeah, my kids are grown up. That's why I say they can spend their money on that. They can spend it on this too.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
It's my pleasure. Your name? My name is Jolena. I was a doula here in town for years, and then I took a break. And so I'm calling myself right now because I haven't stepped up to take my first clients yet, but I've been training. Well, I trained. Tiffany Gonzalez. All right, so you know me. So I did a lot of my schooling online, and I worked with Kim Trower, who's in our midlife, who's now going back to, no, Kim was independent, and she's actually going back to nursing school. So that's who I do my training with. Now we're stepping back into the role. I'm going to go to more balance with this, more doing this. Another independent one. So, yeah, we're on the whole. Yeah, it is. I think when I first, I didn't even know that they were independent, but now it's like I look at myself as a black area. Yeah. And then my girlfriend, I've been here for a minute. I'll say, you know what, you're the hospital, that's what you mean, right? No. Yeah. My trained woman went
I don't see you in no tea.
build a school.
I don't see you.
I know. I haven't indulged yet, but don't worry, we still have time.
Into the world, they have sustainable care into the UK. Or into the
You know what I ended up doing? I just left.
right? That's my long-term goal. That's why I'm back to school. I'm just like, I gotta get there.
And then
Diana.
you know when you have a vision of what you want, and then you're like, perfect, let me so then I called work and I said, I need more than an hour. I said, I'm on call. I have my phone and then you need me call. Yeah. So I told him, I said, I'm so confident I can do that. So I actually made 3 calls. Wow.
my client told me until Sunday. Oh, okay. So then I just said, you know what, I'll just this it also.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm so glad you're able to
I was just
say.
like, I don't want to miss it. So I said, okay, I said, just call and I'll ask the question for the sign that I don't. So I like signed one person to have to call, but I was here.
Oh my God. Well, I'm so glad you were able to stay.
I was like, I was here.
Didn't say that anything about it. I started the Kijiji Sisterhood, and so are they working with you? It is.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha.
So lactation consultants, postpartum doulas, prenatal doulas, we all. I've lived here for 15 years.
And they're all
I'm a doula for a long time, and I just felt so isolated in that well-rounded mama bubble. Like I had to, there's not a lot of people. Yeah. When I
That's me. That's me. I'll be like, I'm in the chair.
I started with them in 2008. I was at IBCLC when they first started. And 2015, I stepped away from back to school and all the things, and I was like, oh, okay. Nobody's my operations manager. Here I stand. That's what I was about to say. For Kijiji Sisterhood. Kijiji Sisterhood. I love the name Kijiji Sisterhood. Like I wish to like and I'm like, no, where are we going? It's amazing how fast it's like back here, mom and dad, and just all that.
Everybody actually
That's how my grandmother probably just met him and then went back and started.
Yeah. It's like a contract after that event.
After the woman that was I'll be right sisters. And I'm 45. And I told my sisters, so I'm like, my generation was actually the first generation that was exclusive in one process. 45 years ago. That is it. That's how quickly we forgot. That's how quickly we forgot. That's a surgeon. Yeah. That's his job. Like, that's a career life. And it's emergent. It's not like, I am so. I'm the right person to talk to about it.